Right now, we are having.
Talk louder.
Okay, our prices have never been lower.
Son, you have to talk louder.
Never been lower.
Louder, son!
Bud Liquor, our prices have never been lower. Stop. Heat.
Are you or do you know someone like Jim? If so, you guys might have an age-related hearing loss. Let's talk about it. I don't want to bore you with the details of how we detect sound because it is pretty complicated. Just know that there are different parts of the ear, which are the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. And each one of those work together to help us detect sound. Now for this video, the part that we need to focus on is the inner ear. Now the inner ear is filled with fluid and contains something called a hair cell. These hair cells are like tiny blades of grass that move along with the fluid in the ear. They transmit the movement from the sound waves into electrical signals that travel up the auditory nerve into our brain and tell us that we are detecting sound. Now these hair cells respond differently depending on the frequency that they are built to detect. That's important when it comes to age-related hearing loss. In our environment, there are specific frequencies that we hear more often than others. For example, speech is typically detected between specific frequencies. Environmental sounds are detected at other frequencies. As we go through life, we are exposed to the same sort of frequencies over and over and over again. That means that those hair cells that relate to those frequencies are being bent over and over and over again. Now let's think about blades of grass. If we step on that grass, it will bend, but it might bounce back over time. If we sit on that grass, it's going to take even longer for it to bounce back. If we put something heavy on top of it permanently, it's going to stay bent. The same thing is true for hair cells. And if they're not moving the way that they should, they're not going to detect sound in the way that they should, which would result in a hearing loss, or at least some sort of mild impairment in how we detect sound. Now, another way that this plays out is through exposure to loud noises. Now, it could be a sudden exposure to a loud noise like bombs or guns or a blast of some sort, or it could be long-term exposure to loud noise, like if you worked at a construction site or if you played in a band. The result would be a limitation in the functionality of the hair cells, which would then contribute to various degrees of hearing loss. Now, some degree of hearing loss is kind of unavoidable. I wouldn't even call it hearing loss per se, because it's natural that over time and as we age, different parts of our body are not going to work as well as they did when we were children. But if we get to the point where we're like Jim from the start of this video, then that is definitely more than a normal age-related loss. That's definitely going to be something that you want to treat in some way. If you have concerns about your hearing, definitely talk to your doctor about them. There are a couple of things that you can do to compensate, and they'll definitely help you figure that out. All right, guys, so as always, thanks for watching my video. As a small channel, it helps when you guys engage with my content. So if you can, leave a comment below, like this video, and definitely subscribe if you haven't already. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.